Wednesday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone had a fantastic Wednesday. I'm your host for South Carolina weather, Jesse Peterson, and let's talk about the weather for your Wednesday evening going into your future. Looking at the radar right now, we do have some slight sprinkle activity going on in the very southern tip of South Carolina near Savannah, Georgia, but right now it's not much at all, and nothing else is falling inside the state. Move on. We're just moving straight on to the winter weather radar for the entire United States. You can see that we do have some very nice conditions going on inside of the eastern. I don't almost say from kind of like South Carolina all the way up to Maine. Nice conditions, not much happening in those regions, and we also do have some shower and downpour activity going on inside of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, obviously Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. Obviously, with Hurricane Francine, which is actually now inside Louisiana now, causing some hurricane force conditions through Louisiana right now. We also have some shower and some thunderstorm activity actually going on up here inside of North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming's receiving some, Montana's receiving some, Washington, Oregon also receiving some as well. But that's pretty much everything in terms of the entire United States. South Carolina about to start receiving some rain from Francine, actually probably already seeing some rain, but it will continue. We'll check out the models later and see what they have to show. But here's our cloud cover right now. Cloud cover is actually looking not too great. We do have a pretty interesting clear spot in the Tri-County region of South Carolina of Dorchester, Berkeley, and Charleston County right now. Right now, it's actually starting to clear up there, but everywhere else is about it's cloudy right now. So that's your cloud cover, and as you go into cloud cover total percentage, as we move through the next 18 or so hours, as we push this forward, cloud cover continues to keep on going. Even as you go through around 12 hours from now, look at this cloud cover still continuing, and you can see Francine right over here, somewhere ish. You can see the swirl kind of going on, and that is causing us to have some cloud cover, with around 100% of the sky covered throughout mainly the entire state. And here's our current temperature: 71 in Columbia, 75 in Charleston, 75 in Beaufort, 73 in Georgetown, 75 in Myrtle Beach, 70 inside of Florence, 71 in Sumter, 66 inside of Rock Hill, 68 inside Greenville, 70 in Anderson, as well as 73 in Augusta, 73 inside Barnwell in Fairfax and Walterboro. Here's our low temperatures for tonight. The low temperatures for tonight seems to be, again, kind of like in that low pattern that we've been seeing. 66 at Columbia, 63 in Greenville, 62 in Spartanburg, 62 in Rock Hill, 62 inside Dillon, 68 Myrtle Beach, 68 inside Georgetown, 73 inside Hilton Head Island, 66 inside of Aiken, 64 Greenwood, and there's some other locations in here as well. But those are just some locations. Here's our precipitation for tonight. That's possible. Around a hundredth of an inch to a tenth of an inch is possible near Hilton Head Island, and kind of like southern portions of South Carolina, along that South Carolina and Georgia border. But right now, everyone else is going to be most likely rain free, and we're already seeing the rain falling right now throughout some of those regions, with just some sprinkles going on throughout that region. No thunderstorms are expected tonight, but as we go into tomorrow, we do have a chance for some thunderstorms along the low country of South Carolina, and the PD region of South Carolina has a threat for some thunderstorms tomorrow. And day 3, the entire state of South Carolina does have a threat for some thunderstorms. Almost the entire state, almost. Like, I think the only two, or the only main places right now is up there near Dillon and Cheraw, South Carolina, but everyone else has a threat for some potential thunderstorms as we go through the next 3 or 4 days. As we go into excessive rainfall outlook, nothing for tonight. Let's see anything for tomorrow. Tomorrow we do have a marginal risk of excessive rainfall for Greenville, Columbia, going down towards like Hilton Head Island, Beaufort. Day 3, nothing for day, well, something for day 3, but not like flash flooding. Minor flooding is possible. Maybe some isolated flash flooding is possible as we go into our Friday. Saturday, pretty much the same exact thing. Minor flooding possible. Day 5, Sunday, Charleston, North Charleston, Mount Pleasant, all the way going up into the PD region near the Great PD River as well. It seems to be having a threat for some minor flooding. Here's the National Hurricane Center and Pacific Outlook, but before we talk about that, let's talk about the future real quick. So, we're going to start off here at the 18Z. We're going to go on and go forward. Here's what 9 o'clock p.m. could look like. Pretty much accurate of what's going on. That will continue even as we go to around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, going into around 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Showers and downpours will definitely start to kind of calm down even as we get into from like this is what it could look like at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then as you get to around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, you can see it's definitely calmed down. As you get into around 12 p.m., 3 p.m. tomorrow, right here again, seeing some shower downpour activity near Beaufort, Greenwood, Edgefield as well, and scattered showers will continue as we go through the 12th as well tomorrow during the evening hours, and they will continue. This is what could be 11 o'clock p.m. right here, going up towards Georgetown, Myrtle Beach, Orangeburg, Manning. Shower and thunderstorm activity continues, and then maybe even up there inside the upstate, going to around 12 o'clock in the morning ish as well. So this is, I believe, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning on our Friday. That's how far it goes out. So let's go and talk about the National Hurricane Center's outlook real quick, and let's see what that has to show. So here it is right here. Here's Francine over here. Just made landfall around, I'd say around 3 hours ago. It hit landfall it made landfall inside Louisiana. I'm not quite sure exactly where. It was somewhere near Houma. I believe that's how you say that. Houma, Louisiana. Somewhere around there is where it made landfall at right now. It is a 75 mile per hour hurricane, if I'm not mistaken. I believe somewhere in between 75 to 85 miles an hour is where the storm is, and it will continue. You can see the path right here. Here it is right here. You can see that it will continue up into Mississippi. I know some models were saying that it could go up through like Shreveport, maybe even going into like, I'd say as far west as where the eye would actually be east, or the eye would actually be west of Baton Rouge, but it's actually going to the east. Instead, it's going up through Mississippi, and it will remain a tropical depression as it gets to the Arkansas-Missouri border, where it will just bring a bunch of rain throughout that region. So that's pretty much your update on Hurricane Francine. Again, no threat for South Carolina except for just some rain. Our disturbance number 1 did turn into a tropical depression. It is now a 35 mile per hour storm right now, and right now it's forecasted to just keep on going straight and then curving. The curve has not been added in just yet, but it probably will soon, even though I think most models are saying that it's going to go or curve up kind of like before it gets to Bermuda. But some models are straggling and saying that it will get all the way up to Florida, Georgia, maybe even Bahamas, Puerto Rico. So this entire, honestly, they said the East Coast and Bahamas, the islands, I should say, should definitely be watching for this from Florida all the way up to where we are. Obviously, I will be watching it for sure, so you guys will be updated on that. On this storm right here, Tropical Depression number 7, and the islands for sure definitely do need to be watching for this. But again, there always is that chance that it could curve up. Always is that chance that it could curve up and not be a disturbance at all. Next up, we have Disturbance 1. Over here, 20% chance an area of low pressure located over the central tropical Atlantic continues to produce disorganized showers and thunderstorm activity. Environmental conditions appear marginally conducive for some slight development during the next day or so. While this system moves westward at 5 to 10 miles an hour, the disturbance is expected to reach an area of strong upper level winds, likely ending its chances for development. So disturbance 1, you can put an X on it, it's no longer a deal. Disturbance 2, small area of low pressure located several hundred miles to the east of the Leeward Islands is producing a limited area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms. The proximity of dry air near the system is expected to limit additional development over the next couple of days before environmental conditions become even less conducive by this weekend as it moves slowly west-northwestward. Put an X on disturbance 2 as well. So these two little areas that you see right here, don't even worry about them. Disturbance 3, in a few days, a non-tropical area of low pressure could form along a residual frontal boundary a few hundred miles off the southeastern U.S. coastline. Thereafter, some subtropical or tropical development is possible during the early part of next week, while the system drifts to the north or the northwest. So right now, no chances forming through the next 48 hours, but a 30% chance over the next 7 days. And right now, I'm already seeing some weather forecast apps like AccuWeather, for example, that are saying that this will most likely be a tropical rainstorm, probably bring some breezy conditions, and probably will bring us some heavy rain. So that's definitely an option that we have on the table. I don't think that it's going to turn into some major hurricane or something like that, but definitely, if it does get offshore and it does try to develop a little bit, definitely tropical rainstorm definitely is in the question for this. Now, tropical rainstorm is not as bad as like a tropical storm or a hurricane, but it still does bring rain. So that is something that we're gonna have to watch for. You can even check tropical tidbits over here. Let's bring this over here. You can see here that pretty much current storms. Oh, let me turn this off. So this is like Francine right here, but we're not talking about Francine. We're going over to Tropical Depression 7 first. Tropical Depression 7 right now is, again, I was just talking about it earlier. Most models have it curving, but there are some that has it going straight. So again, it could make the turn late, it could make the turn early. We have no idea when it's going to make that turn up to the north. So we're going to continue watching that as we go through this weekend. But the main thing that I did want to show is the GFS, which is what we have right here. There's Francine right there. That's going to bring us some rain. Obviously, not as much as places like Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, but definitely still some rain. And then here goes this low pressure right here that we're going to have to watch for potentially for some development. It's going to push offshore, and then you're going to see something start to form right here, kind of just to the east of southeast of North Carolina. And right there, you can pretty much see it easily that this does try to develop something. And there goes the low pressure right there with a tropical rainstorm, like it was talking about, bringing rains definitely to North Carolina. That's definitely something that they're going to have to watch for, and bring some rain to South Carolina on like the 18th of September. The time is up there to your top right, so if you do want to keep track of the time. This goes all the way through, even into like September the 21st, where showers and thunderstorms still continue. And then we're watching for another area of development going into September 24th, 25th, and the 26th. Right now seems to just go off to our east, but we're way too far out to talk about it too much in depth. So that's pretty much everything. That's pretty much everything in terms for the future. Let's go on and check on the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So let's see what the audience has to say. Also, we have 11 people watching and only 5 likes. Let's get that like button up. We're 6 people in here. It's not hit the like button yet. So go on and get it up so we can get those likes up as much as possible. It's free. You don't have to pay for anything. Mr. Anthony says, good evening to you. My cousin Gerald says hi, just if hello. And then Miss Cheryl said, my cousin Cheryl says, good evening, weatherman. How are you today? I'm doing fine. Enjoy listening to you making the weather sound better than what it is. Keep up the good work. I love you, your cousin Cheryl. Thank you so much for your comment. And I try to make it not boring because I know a lot of people out there that make the weather boring sometimes. It could be a bit monotone, but I do try to make it as entertaining as possible, so you're not just sitting at some listening to some boring guy trying to do a weather forecast for you. But let's move over here to San Antonio, and we'll do Riley's forecast, and then we'll be out of here for tonight. So here is San Antonio right here. Let's go on and push this forward. In terms of rain, not much in terms of rain for the next 36 or so hours. So the next 36 hours, no rain is expected. Let's talk about temperatures again. While the temperature is loading still, some people have not. We have 13 people in here now, and still only 5 likes. So again, hit that like button. Again, it's free. If you have not hit the subscribe button as well, go on and do that. It's free. Again, all you have to do is make an account. It's easy, and it's not that hard to really do. Pretty simple. But let's continue talking about temperatures as we go into tonight. For San Antonio, low temperatures go to around 69. High temperatures go to around 93-ish. And then low temperatures go to around like 75, 74-ish. Going for your Thursday night. Let's move over here to Raleigh, North Carolina real quick. Let me push over here. Here's Raleigh, North Carolina right here. As we continue this forward, low temperatures goes to around 60, 59 actually. High temperatures go to around 82 tomorrow. Low temperatures go to around probably like the mid 60s going into your Friday. In terms of rain, composite reflectivity. See what the rain has to show as we go through tonight. I'm not really seeing much for tonight, but as you get through your Thursday could probably bring some cloudy conditions, and then Friday we'll have to see what happens tomorrow night with Friday, because Friday could look like a rain day for you. Let's talk about severe weather for both regions as well. Here is excessive rainfall first off. As we go through day 1, nothing for day 1, nothing for day 2, nothing for day 3, nothing for day 4, and nothing for day 5 for each regions. As you go into severe weather, usually, like I say, when you don't have excessive rainfall, you usually don't have severe weather, and it seems to be the case here. No severe weather expected for either location. Really, just in terms of everything else, make sure if you know anybody inside Louisiana, Mississippi, anything like that, you check up on them, because that storm is still out there. Tropical storm or Hurricane Francine is still out there, just to the west of New Orleans. New Orleans about to get hit pretty bad in the next like 15-30 minutes ish. Baton Rouge as well. So if you know anybody in those regions, let them know about the storm and make sure that they are prepared for it. But that's pretty much all I think I have for tonight. We're still at 217, again trying to get to 250 by September 26th. And it's around 15 days. Tomorrow it will officially be 2 weeks. So we will have 2 weeks until it is pretty much officially not over, but hopefully we make the goal is what I'm trying to say. And make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Also make sure that you do share as well, so we can get to the goal potentially faster. But that's all that I have for tonight. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday evening. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another forecast update.